After a very long hiatus, something has happened that people never thought will actually come to be. Realm Royale has finally had an update across many platforms. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some of the things that I love, some aspects that I think could be improved, and answer the question, is it enough? But before we get right into the nitty gritty, I just want to give a big thank you to Hi-Rez and the main development team of Realm Royale. For those of you who don't know, PC players on Steam were able to test out this current version of Realm Royale earlier in August. And during this time, Thor only said 9 people were working on this game, which is crazy. Because not only did they give us a lot of interesting cosmetics for free, but they also gave us a lot of changes that went above and beyond what I thought was going to happen. And one of those changes were classes and the balancing, which both are amazing in my opinion. I first started playing Realm Royale all the way back of July of last year. And during that time, I quickly found out as a new player that if I wasn't playing warrior or mage, then I was basically throwing. Playing assassin or hunter was quite the uphill battle versus those meta picks. And I'm glad to say that that's not the case anymore. And I'm not even too sure what the meta is right now, but at the end of the day, the theme of this Realm Royale patch is that skill actually matters. It's no longer uphill battle for assassins or hunters, and they didn't nerf mages and warriors to the ground to a point where they're not viable in combat. I honestly feel like anyone can thrive with any class regardless of what is meta and what is not. And the great thing is that each class has had something new touched on it. For example, hunters have this amazing grappling feature, which at times can be a little bit buggy. Like for example, they gave hunters they gave hunters grappling, but it looks like the grappling feature still needs some bugs. You know, it's a new update. There's bound to be problems. This thing's just gonna follow me throughout the whole game. All right, that's cool. Yeah, there we go. We got it working correctly. Funny little bug. That's what happens when you do these things live. You don't know what the hell is gonna happen. But when it works, it feels great, especially when you combo other movement abilities, which is another lovely touch that they gave us, being able to combo multiple movement abilities together. It really makes Realm Royale feel a lot faster. But going back to grappling, I think it kind of proves that Realm Royale needs some kind of mantle feature for everyone to experience and to make movement a lot more smoother onto surfaces. But nonetheless, one of my favorite things added to the assassins was definitely the decoys, where you can just pull out sick plays and bamboozle people. But I beg of you, if you see me in the lobby and you're playing assassins, be gentle. I'm a very gullible person and I'm not trying to be on someone's highlight or mixtape for the wrong reasons. And as I mentioned beforehand, they didn't nerf warriors and mages to a point where they are useless. You can still have fun with them too, especially warriors. They also have some crazy movement tech as well. You can really combo abilities for crazy movement and even fun damage. I love the fact that each class starts off with a movement ability that cannot be changed. It really helps add on to the fact that Realm Royale is a class-based battle royale. But nonetheless, you can still equip neutral and class-specific abilities, which means that people can stack movement or damage or even support, which will be very helpful in trios. I don't have too many cons for the current version of Realm Royale, but one thing that really stuck out to me was the time to kill being a lot faster than what I typically enjoy in BRs. Me personally, in video games and BRs, I like being able to quickly reset when I get blindsided, and currently it feels very difficult to do that right now, especially when you're going against a warrior who just has a W key mindset. But there should be some caution when it comes to TTK, because it's a very delicate thing that can ruin the experience for players. Because at the end of the day, a longer TTK can open the doors for third, fourth, and even fifth parties if it becomes too easy for people to reset and run away all the time. Maybe adjusted by either increasing our HP, adjusting damage, or in my opinion, I think what would be best would probably be increase how quickly we can heal up. But of course, this could also just be a skill issue kind of thing, as I mainly just see myself as a slightly above average gamer. Another thing that's kind of iffy for me is the fact that each game starts off with the zone already moving. I'm not the biggest fan of this, but at the same time, I don't hate it either. But let me know down in the comments if you guys enjoy the fact that each Realm Royale match starts off with the zone already moving. And lastly, I think it would be cool is if each class had like a small passive attached to it as well, such as like an assassin being able to move slightly faster while crouching, or hunters being able to have some kind of sixth sense when someone is ADSing on them. But it's not a must per se. Now the question is all these changes enough to save Realm Royale, make it one of the most played, and even rival the likes of Apex and Warzone? Probably not, but this is just the first update of many to come. During Realm Royale's update show, the developers confirmed that they have a goal of updating the PTS servers every 6 weeks.
Realm Royale. This is not a case. Realm Royale Reforged, rather. This is not a case of, hey, cool, you drop something and see you later. Ooh, dabbing out of here, and we'll never see you again. Dad, come back to the store, please. This is not one of those cases. Camera 3. I don't think if you have a camera 3, we'll add that in post. So we are shooting for a 6-week update cadence, and patch by patch by patch, giving you guys what you like. This is the time and the position here to you guys to scream at us. By scream, I mean very cordially tell us what you guys like and don't like. This is the dialogue that you mentioned earlier, Matt, where it's like, hey, let's take a step back. Reforged means we're reforging it with you, right? Our game's not done, but it's open. We're opening the doors now to let you guys in on the creation process, right? And so we've kind of aligned on a 6-week update cadence here. What I envision a PTS for, and what the team has backed me from day one, has pushed very strongly for, and I'm very proud of it when I say this about my team, is that a PTS should be, Matt, I'm showing you what we worked on. You say, cool, Thor, and you're a massive community member in this case, and he says, what about X, Y, and Z? Could you tune this? Can you tweak that? And I say, you know what, Matt? You're right, buddy. You're right. Give me a couple days, and then we'll submit the build. And earlier PTS is where the build will be submitted, and if you don't know this, I know this is developer speak, but we now have built in a couple days, 4 or 5 days after we do a PTS, to make actionable changes on the build, and that is so important. I can't tell you how important that is here. That is a big ask. That's going to be blood, sweat, and tears when it comes to a PTS cycle, but I'm proud to say that my team is rising to the occasion here and saying, hey, we got this. We got this. Let's do this. Let's make a PTS cycle happen. And so
that's our scheduled plan right now, right? But it's like, we'll see how it goes. Obviously, we'll see how everything goes. But we really, our focus is make the game great. Make the game better moving forward. So if we got to do a little bit of shifts here and there, you know, well, hopefully we'll be able to keep the game great.
Yeah.
Which is a step in the right direction on top of the amazing update that we already got. One thing that people need to realize is that those other BRs have had years and many updates to improve their game and to make it very enticing. And Realm Royale has a lot of catching up to do. But in my opinion, if they continue to bust out these amazing updates and continue to improve community engagement, there's no reason why I can't see Realm Royale maybe tripling or even quadrupling their current player base numbers within a year. But let me know how you guys feel about this current update in Realm Royale. I would love to hear from you all. Till next time, stay safe, and I'll see you guys later.